I've been sitting here in the car, crying for like the last 30 minutes. Well, more like 15 maybe. I've been sitting in the car for 30 minutes. It was raining really, really heavy. Some lightning, the tower. And it felt so amazing because I love crying. I love when the sky cries for me and it rains. That's why I appreciate the rain. Because sometimes I just can't form the tears. But today, the tears came. And what I wanted to talk about is cell phones. Legitimately cell phones. I stopped using my cell phone. Completely, like, no service on it. Maybe I still used it. I just didn't use it to speak or talk or communicate with other people. There was no service on my cell phone. And it's one of the best decisions that I ever made because you realize how many connections in your life are just because people have easy access to you through your cellular device. And you also realize how shallow communication is in today's day and age, especially when you have a cell phone just ready and available. You can just open up a text and message someone. I don't like texting. And I'm also not really a phone call type of person. I feel like if you want to get in contact with me, you have to figure out a way to be where I am when I'm there. And if we have a conversation, then cool, It's just that don't expect to build a connection, a relationship with me, family, romance, friendship. Don't expect for cellular communication to be a consistency or like a consistent thing, and, think that talking with me or communicating with me by way of phone, whether that's by call or text message, like that isn't a dependable, reliable way for us to build our connection, because I'm going to be super inconsistent. Maybe my phone will be on, maybe it won't. Maybe I feel like talking on the phone, maybe I won't. Maybe it'll just be completely off. And I don't use it to communicate at all. Ultimately, that's ideal. That's ideal. Having no cell phone at all is actually most ideal. I feel like I've tried that. It's just the memory of the last 4 years, ever since 2020, kind of all just blend and mesh into one feeling. So, trying to distinguish what happened what year since 2020 has just been like, what? It happened recently. I feel like even with guys, anytime I've talked to a guy and it's been, like we text each other or we call or whatever, it just doesn't ever last. Then again, all of my relationships have been in high school. And I haven't really had like a real romantic relationship since I am legally considered an adult. I've just been single since high school, really, like. And if I did maybe find a guy that I thought was attractive and maybe we like started talking a little bit, it didn't last. At some point I was just like, yeah, no. Because for me, I feel like I have to know that you understand how valuable my energy and time is, And on top of that, I'm a very, very spiritual person, so I'm seeking a like romance that can also be spiritual, It can also be very practical, and it can be whatever we want it to be. And I feel like I'm not the type of person that you try to connect with on a surface level. I don't like dating. I don't date. I literally don't date. Do you know, it's been like a number of times where guys have come up to me and they're like, can I have your number? And I just tell him straight up, I don't date. Why don't I date? Because I fall in love. I fall deeply, soulfully immensely, infinitely in love, and dating is a concept made for people who don't know that they want to get married, or aren't ready, or are still figuring out, or maybe that's just a lifestyle for them. Dating, which is having like multiple different partners at a time, keeping your options open, only taking the commitment to a certain level. Like you're still trying to figure out what love is for you and what it means. I'm not there anymore. I know I want to get married. Like, I know marriage is my end goal. So I'm not just gonna entertain multiple guys at a time with the hopes that one of them will be the one. No, I feel like if a guy truly, like, fully, wholeheartedly wants to be with me and wants and desires to have my time and energy, he has to literally go all the way and make an impression on me that is deeper than the surface. Like, just by asking me for my number is not going to get you anything more from me than just a smile and a laugh at your joke and be kind to you. So if you're looking for intimacy, I feel like for me, from a guy, he would have to prove that he's like already committed to me. And maybe some people could see that as a really high standard or a high expectation. I just feel like I know my worth. And I know the type of love that I can give to a man. And I feel like the type of love that I'm willing to give to a man is definitely deserving of a man who's willing to prove to me that I should even give him the time of day, like that he's worth me thinking about all the time. You know what I mean? Because when you're in a relationship with someone, you can end up thinking about someone all the time, but it doesn't mean that the thoughts make you feel good, Doesn't mean that the thoughts are productive. You could be in a relationship where thinking about someone all of the time leaves you in a state of constant anxiety. And I feel like if I'm going to be thinking about a man all of the time, it's going to be because I know he values my energy and my attention. You know what I mean? Because I'm really a romantic. I don't really like calling myself hopeless. Except if you could categorize the type of, I guess, person that I am in a relationship, it would definitely be hopeless romantic. Because I can be a hopeless romantic for sure. Like, I am an obsessive type of lover. I like to obsess over you and everything that you do and be your number one fan and support you so much. Like, that's me. And I want to give, the people that I love the time, the space, the energy to evolve and grow and transform, while still, knowing and having the security that comes from love that is unconditional. I want to be able to provide that, and I strive to provide that because I provide it for myself and I know what it feels like. Everything starts from within. The love that you give to yourself is the love that you give to others. And I think I'm going to end it there. Okay.